What's your favorite college team? Anyway.
Sun Devils.
Arizona State Sun Devils.
Look at it, Dad. Look. He won't even let me go around.
Let me have it. What do you mean? Is it that you
Wait,
go
we
on
have
or-
to replace the device.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean replace it?
It only goes this
So
way.
what is this for? This live stream?
It's a live stream for
Look, Bruce. Talk.
Spencer, please.
Oh gosh.
You're telling me it won't go up? It'll turn off.
Hold on.
Probably
Let me fix it.
Wi-Fi
Let me fix it.
See, he's the master of recording things upside down,
I can
and
see
people
that.
get vertigo.
Hold on 1
Look
second,
at that,
guys.
touch it, okay. I'm the technical. He's the talent, and I'm the technical part of this team. So
That's a lot better. That looks good.
Did you type? Is everything ready to go?
Everything's in.
Okay, so we're going to start off here. Is this
Now
gonna be on YouTube?
we're rolling.
Okay, so what you're going to do is,
Go ahead, Bruce.
remember, lead forward.
Do I have to go, like, where do I go?
You're going to stand right behind us,
Okay.
You're perfect. You're in it now.
Okay, that's perfect.
Okay.
Okay, tell us when we're going to get started.
We're on now.
Great. Turn off that volume number.
It can't turn off.
Well, if it's on mute now. They won't hear us.
I don't think so.
I think it is, bro.
Oh, it's like live right now?
That's perfect. No. Okay, so here we are. We're here at the Valley of the Sun in Scottsdale, Arizona, and we're with our favorite waitress, Kelsey, here. And we are, of course, from Philadelphia, but Kelsey is a national viewer. So we want to ask Kelsey, number one, I know you follow, what do you think of the Rovers?
They're the greatest.
Oh, you're so nice. I'm blushing here.
Yes.
Amazing. And who is your favorite Rover?
Definitely Spencer G.
Spencer G's the favorite Rover?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God. Somebody's blushing
Wow.
here.
I am.
So we're out here in Phoenix.
I am.
And I know that you've seen the Coyotes play, right?
Yep.
So tell me about the Coyotes.
Tell me about the Yotes.
They're also the greatest.
They're a great team.
Yeah, great team.
And we're here, Arizona State Sun Devils. They have like 70,000 people. It's a very large college.
It's a large college. I went there. It's
Oh, you went there?
huge.
So what did you major in?
Nursing.
Nursing.
Did you have trouble like finding your classes? Like how
Yes.
did you?
Every year.
Because
every
it's so
year.
big and it's
Because
hard to
it's so
find your
big.
classes.
And like, is there a lot of places to eat there? I mean, like, what did students do in the middle of the day there?
There's like an MU where there's like food, Starbucks. I would always eat Qdoba because it's so good.
No, but so good, so
I love
healthy.
the
Chicken's
quesadillas.
really
are
good.
Yeah, it's
Quesadillas
delicious.
are great.
I'm
aren't
team
they?
Qdoba. I
Everybody
used
is
to be
hungry.
team. Yeah.
Everybody's eating
Qdoba's
their.
better than
I
Chipotle.
used to be
Their
Chipotle
Thanksgiving
too.
turkey.
Yeah, I'm not Chipotle anymore. Yeah, I think that Arizona State would be a cool place to go.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was great.
Did you grow up around here?
No, my dad was in the Air Force, so I grew up like everywhere around the world, and then he retired here.
Thank you, Dad.
Sure.
You know, certainly as we're Thanksgiving, we give thanks to all the servicemen around the great United States, and we thank Kelsey's dad for his service.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Kelsey.
welcome.
And
Thank
great
you.
logging into Rover Sports. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kelsey.
Okay, Spence.
gonna be
I
delivering
see
us
we've
some
got
water.
we've got
We figured it out.
UC Jaguars here.
Well,
I see,
Falcons
of
Fury.
course, we've
Falcons
got-
Fury's in the
We've
house.
got is Alza Fury in the house?
Falcons Fury.
Oh, Falcons Theory. Okay.
We're out
so
in
he's
Arizona
got
right
thousands
now.
of viewers, and you
He's
tee
big.
up the subject, Spency,
He's big time. I get to tee it up.
and you can answer questions. There we go.
DA. Where is the show at? We're in
We're in
Arizona.
Scottsdale, Arizona here, and our time locally is lift it so you actually see our heads. It's beautiful. It's 4:35 our time. Back east, it's 6:35. People are logging in with their families. Thanksgiving meal. We want to tell everybody we're so glad to be here at Rover Sports.
We're
a
all-
lot
we're
to talk
very
about with pro football and college basketball.
Hell yeah. So today we had the Vikings winning over the Lions. I mean, today's game, Bruce, it was a decent game. He means where's the turkeys at? Well, turkeys
We are the
coming,
turkeys.
Turkeys coming soon.
We are the turkeys. I
Falcons
see they're
Fury,
hatching.
turkeys coming
I see
soon.
that our lives are coming to a quick end because we are the turkeys and we will be the dinner tonight.
We will be hatched. Dressing is coming soon. And we're really exciting again. We're really excited for that portion because again, it is only 4:30 where we are at. But you know, the Lions losing, Matt Stafford almost getting hurt, Vikings continue to win. Those are the storylines from Thanksgiving so far. And Josh Gordon too. He's going to be reinstated, Bruce. Reinstated into the NFL. Josh Gordon. What do you think about
the Cleveland
that?
Browns are saying it's like having a shiny new toy, having Josh Gordon, and you know what? America's a land of second chances, and in Josh's case, fifth chances. And all we hope is that he can stay clean and sober and have a great NFL career. He's an exciting wide receiver, and the Browns could use anything they get because they haven't won a game yet.
Exactly.
Comment here.
And Falcons Fury saying that the Atlanta Falcons are looking really good for the playoffs. They really are. I mean, you know, with the Lions bouncing out, this is shaping up to be a team where Atlanta...
Lions bouncing out is very good for the Atlanta Falcons.
So let's see where Atlanta would likely go. I think Atlanta would go to the wild card teams. You have Carolina, and then you have Atlanta. So if Atlanta is able to beat Carolina in the last game of the season...
They might go to... Here's an idea. Could go to LA Rams possibly.
LA Rams.
LA Rams.
Exactly. Hey, man, Vol Roadshow. What's going on? What's going on?
Your Tennessee Vols looked great in the first half against the champion Villanova Wildcats, and they almost pulled a big upset.
They did.
And so they did play well, and I wonder if you watched that game, Mr. Vol Roadshow.
In basketball, exactly right.
In basketball.
Volunteer basketball with Rick Barnes. I'm not the biggest Rick Barnes fan. I mean, he's consistent at just trying to get into the tournament. But, you know, Villanova and Northern Iowa tomorrow, Bruce. Northern Iowa, what a win for those Panthers, man.
Fantastic. And you look at Bennett Cook, who's the fourth of the Cook brothers, a wonderful guy, 6'9", and of course, Coach Jacobson pulled off, I think, a very well-orchestrated win against the North Carolina State Wolfpack. And I thought that the Wolfpack had more guns, had more firepower, but I think the game was managed very well, and they stole it at the end. And it's going to be a great game tomorrow. Two of our favorite teams will be, of course, the UNI Panthers against the hometown Villanova Wildcats.
Absolutely, guys, and that's not a surprise to see the Cowboys struggling against the Chargers. The Chargers, a lot of people think they're going to make a late run towards the postseason, but I still have faith in the Kansas City Chiefs, and I think that Kansas City will be 11-5 at worst, and possibly could be 12-4. And then we will have Kansas City going to Pittsburgh, I believe, again. Really, the AFC is very predictable. You're going to have Jacksonville playing maybe a Baltimore Ravens, you know, in the wild card. Bruce, I think the Ravens will finally make the playoffs, so Harbaugh will keep his job. A couple of other storylines, Bruce, that I want to talk about, though. What do you think about John Harbaugh at Michigan? What do you think about his tenure? Do you think he's overrated? Another year of possibly going 8-4. I expect Ohio State to trounce Michigan again tomorrow. What do you think about John Harbaugh and Michigan?
I believe John Harbaugh is a Michigan grad, brings a lot of gravitas to the job. I don't know who you could replace him with who would be better. And again, when you look at Michigan, you can see that the defense has let them down, and the quarterback play has been average. So it's incumbent upon Harbaugh to recruit a great quarterback, because great quarterbacks make coaches look good. But I don't see any chance of Harbaugh being fired. Spencer, your thoughts there?
Exactly right. You know, Baker Mayfield is making Lincoln Riley look very, very good in replace of Bob Stoops. You know, you look at Sam Darnold, what he's done for, I think, a pretty average coach in Clay Helton. And I think that Jim Harbaugh, actually, I'm going to disagree with Volunteer Roadshow. I think Jim Harbaugh is also a very good coach. He's recruiting at a very high level. You got to give it a little bit more time. He needs to find a quarterback, though. He's trying to, you know, I think he's trying too much to recruit guys that fit a certain mold, and then he's trying to, you know, make these diamonds in the rough successful. And Jim Harbaugh is a former quarterback himself, so I'm really surprised that thing hasn't been getting rolling, but I really like Jim Harbaugh. Someone brings up a great topic, and that is Chip Kelly to the University of Florida or Chip Kelly to UCLA.
My prediction, I think Chip Kelly is going to UCLA. He's very familiar with the Pacific Coast League and the West Coast. I also think there's less pressure on Chip. When you go out to UCLA, there's so many other things happening other than UCLA football, and I think Chip really took the collar. He certainly felt the pressure at Philadelphia. The media hated him. The fans hated him. He went to San Francisco. He blew up that franchise. Now, again, you could say San Francisco 49ers, it's out west. When he go to UCLA, but if you look at the 49ers, it's one of the great franchises, and those fans do not accept losing. I believe if he brings his run and gun offense, his hurry up offense to UCLA, I think it'll fit in very well in that league. And I think if you're in the SEC in Florida, it's a complete pressure cooker. And I think he will melt under the pressure. So I believe he will take the UCLA job. Jim Mora Jr. has been fired after 5 rather inauspicious seasons with the Bruins. Spencer, your thoughts?
You know what? What I see with Chip Kelly is I see Chip Kelly, and I see. I mean, I think
you can see him. You can't miss him.
At Florida,
he kind of blocks out the sun. It's kind of like a lunar eclipse with Chip Kelly.
I can
hold the camera.
I can see Florida winning. I can see Florida winning the national championship, and that's the selling point that Scott Strickland has to say. Sean's beard chimes into the live stream too. Thank you so much.
Happy Thanksgiving,
Happy
Sean's
Thanksgiving,
beard.
Sean.
Thanks for taking time away from your turkey and your cranberry and your stuffing to log in here at Rover Sports Scottsdale Thanksgiving Edition. I'm Bruce's Sports Doc. I'm here with Spencer G. And again, we're Rover Sports, home based in Philly.
And the beard
we're pleased to be here with the beard in Scottsdale, Arizona.
The beard, yeah, just very fortunate again to be doing the live stream.
It's a breezy 72 degrees here.
Sean's
as the
beard.
Prairie Dogs and the Rattlesnakes are
Shawnee.
making their emergence from the rocks here.
Thank you,
and
Sean.
It's great to be in touch with our good friends.
Sean, you know, I want to go back to Chip Kelly, finish up my thoughts. I think Chip in the SEC would do well. He's been great at college. He's never been awful at college. He can recruit 100 guys to run that hurry-up offense. I think at Tennessee I think at Florida, with the recruits that they have there, with the type of offense that Spurrier and Urban were able to run there, I think that at Florida he would be great. But my heart of hearts is telling me he's going to go to UCLA. He knows the Pac-12 really well. Bruce is right. He'd be like one of the 900th most popular people in LA. I couldn't see him at Florida breaking bread with boosters, having to do all that crap, and having all that media obligation. So I think he'd be more comfortable, even though UCLA is an Under Armour school. The Cowboys are struggling. This puts more onus on Dak Prescott, because Dak Prescott, will he be like another Cam Newton? Will Cam Newton have the unbelievable year?
Will he have the sophomore slump? That is the question.
And he is really having a sophomore slump, and it's kind of different than Carson Wentz right now. You know, Carson Wentz struggled his first year. Carson Wentz now looks like, Carson Wentz looks like a prospect that's just a can't-miss prospect.
I would call him more than a prospect. I think he's very much of an MVP candidate, particularly if the Eagles lose 1 or 2 more games. They finish 14, 15 wins.
I agree.
I think that that Carson will be the MVP.
And just like LeBron James, it's more popular to give an MVP to a newcomer in Carson Wentz, so that's why Tom Brady might not get the MVP
And even
award.
Drew Brees has had an exceptional year.
I think Drew Brees has been pretty damn good.
Has been an MVP before. Drew Brees is a future Hall of Famer, but I don't see that Drew Brees would edge out Carson Wentz for the MVP. I just don't see that happening this year.
Sean's beer, we're going to be having food pretty soon. Vol Roadshow brings up an interesting Kelly. Is that, and we're officially back here, guys, as we're back on the live stream here. Chip Kelly has never played an SEC defense, Bruce. That's why I really want to see him go to Florida and not dodge the SEC. I really want to see him play against Georgia and Kirby Smart. I want to see him go against Will Muschamp. The SEC East is very weak. I hope that Tennessee can get their guy in there. Even Barry Odom is having success in that division, because the SEC East is pretty poor. We got about 1 more minute left on the live stream, Bruce.
Well, how about Dan Mullen to Florida? That's what I predict. Dan Mullen certainly has bloodlines with Florida. Great coach. If Chip Kelly doesn't go there, I think Dan Mullen, he's a class guy. In Florida, you always have to worry about the culture in that place. And I think certainly, what does it say?
That's just a comment. That's
dinner.
just a text.
Yeah, it's one of our relatives who's texting at dinner.
I'm going to show you guys a little view, and then we're going to bounce on out of here. I think Dak Prescott needs some work. We got more film reviews, and we wanted to at least do our due diligence here on Thanksgiving and record a little live stream for the diehard fans of Rover Sports. Again, go watch Sports Fury. We're going to have Falcons Fury on the show. We want to thank Volunteer Roadshow, not only for coming on our show, but also spreading the word of the show. BVD and him are going to be doing some great touring around And the Sports Fury, the guys we look up to, those guys have 5.5K now. So those guys are doing a tremendous job. And we're even thinking about some playoff plans as we go forward. I think all of us are trying to discuss where we might want to meet up for the NFL playoffs, and the draft is in Dallas this year. So, 1 second, little panorama view, and you guys, you know what, you guys enjoy the Thanksgiving holiday. You guys, God bless to all of you and your families. And here is the mountain here in the background.
You're showing a bush. Why don't you move?
I'm not showing them a bush. I'm not showing them a bush. I'm showing them the mountains. So there you go. We always have to show off a little bit on Rover Sports, and we're showing off where we're at today. God bless, guys. Have a wonderful holiday, and we shall see you all very soon.